West Indies have summoned their strike force, and all the big guns have been turning up to Sabina Park for training. We are expecting a bumper crowd there on Sunday, as many persons will not be able to attend Tuesday because of work. But we are hoping that come 7 p.m. Sunday evening, Andre Russell will get the send off that he so desires. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the number one cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here and I appreciate your company. This morning, I intend to spend a few minutes and pick the West Indies playing 11 for the first T20 international against Australia on Sunday as the West Indies seek redemption for that 27 all-out. We must not ignore the fact, though, despite we have moved on to another day, that the Cricket West Indies president must provide evidence for calling us insular. Without those evidence, Cricket West Indies president must resign without the evidence. He should not believe that this channel is going to let up. We are going to continue to bring it to the fore. And my plan, I hope that I can get some support because we alone in Jamaica cannot do it. But we should have a big banner at Sabina Park on Sunday and Tuesday, and also at Warner Park for the final 3 matches. And that banner should be, provide the evidence, Mr. President, or go. Provide the evidence, Mr. President, or go. We are not insular. That's what the banner should read, but I need support. I need persons to call me and let me know if they are interested. Provide the evidence, Mr. President, or go. We are not insular, But this morning, I'm really here to pick the West Indies playing 11. As you all know by now, the squad was announced yesterday. And as usual, when the squad is announced, we usually have the usual comments from the coach and the director of cricket. Now today, this is what the coach said when the squad was released. Our goals and strategic plans are aligned to winning the T20 World Cup in 2026. We have continuity in the squad from the previous series, and as a unit, we will continue to fine-tune our style and brand ahead of the World Cup. Well, I won't talk about style and brand because we have yet to know what that style and what that brand is. It has not been communicated to the fans in a clear and vivid manner. Again, we are taken for granted. Again, we are being disrespected. Again, they just issue things and expect us to gobble it up. But there's no clear clarity on what the brand and style of Cricket West Indies T20 team is. So I'm not going to go there. But that first sentence, and it is that first sentence why I am summing in. It is that first sentence. With just about a year to go for the World Cup, I don't think we should be changing coach unless something drastically happen. Yes, 1 and 2 alteration there may be Floyd Reefer needs to go and we bring back Carl Hooper. Definitely that's something that we need to see happening. If we are really interested to win the T20 World Cup, Darren Sammy should put aside his ego and recall Carl Hooper to the coaching staff. That first sentence there is why I remained Darren Sammy in. I think that there should be continuity, and I think the World Cup will be the defining moment, and we should not be changing our head coach at this time. The 2026 World Cup, not the 2027 ODI World Cup. If he wants to be the coach leading up to the 2027 ODI World Cup, he must earn it. He must earn it by the team performance in the T20 World Cup of 2026. He should not believe that it is guaranteed to him. He must earn it by the performance if he wants to stay in the job that long. So the head coach continued by saying, sorry about that. Our previous 2 T20 series at home were on the wrong end of the result. But starting against Australia, we want to regain our form at home. Well, You will get the support on Sunday and on Tuesday from the people of Jamaica at Sabina Park. Although you have been so disrespectful to us and you have not even apologized for the poor performance of the team, we are going to come out and support you. But I'm going to try. I don't know if it can work. It depends on how many persons agree. And yesterday we saw that 64% of the persons believe that Dr. Shallow should provide the evidence. And if he's not providing the evidence, he should go. And I think that there should be a banner in Sabina Park on Sunday and Tuesday, yes, saying, provide the evidence, Mr. President, or go. We are not insular. He should not have said that. So he said, our previous 2 T20 series at home, we were on the wrong end of the result. But starting against Australia, we want to gain our form at home so we build momentum into next year's World Cup with our exciting and dynamic group of players. There's a man who is motivating his team, and you can't blame him for motivating his team. I'm sure by now you all would have known the squad. Shea Hope remains the captain. You have Joel Andrew, Jason Older, Ruston Chase, Akil Hussein, Andre Russell, Alzari Joseph, Jediah Blades, Ravman Powell, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Shimranet Meyer, Shafin Rutherford, and Romario Shepherd. As the head coach said, there's a lot of continuity in that squad. There's a large number of those persons who were in the UK are still in that squad, if not all of them. Yes, because even Joel Andrew, although he was not there for the T20 series, he was there earlier for the ODI series. So all of these players were more or less in the UK for that series. Andre Russell, who will be playing his final 2 T20 internationals for the West Indies this Sunday and Tuesday, will make way for Matthew Ford in the squad after those 2 first T20 series. We want to thank Andre Russell for what he have done for representing the region. It was a roller coaster. There are many times when persons were not happy with him because he chose franchise cricket over West Indies cricket. But on those occasions he played, we want to say thank you, Andre Russell, for representing West Indies. You have to do what you have to do. It cannot be ignored that the fans are not always happy with you, while there are those on the other side who think that a man has to do what he has to do and he has to try and maximize his earning. So all the best, Andre Russell, in your future endeavors. I hope one day you will find it fit to come on the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean and let us have a talk. I'm putting out an invitation to you, man. You can come here anytime and let us have a sit down and have a talk, and maybe we can go deeper into what really get you going, right? So that's the 15-man squad for the first 2 T20 internationals. As I said, Matthew Ford will replace Andre Russell for the last 3. Now, I didn't go into much details in picking the playing 11 for the first T20 international, because I clearly think that it was a straightforward selection. And so there was no need to go into any detail. So the playing 11 for the first T20 international, and this will be the playing 11. Trust me, you can go to whatsoever they call them and you can do a wager, right? And that comment was for adult, and be responsible in whatsoever you are wagering. So this will be the playing 11. Brandon King will return as a result of Johnson Charles being dropped from the squad. And there's a poll going on, and let me look at that poll. So I asked the question, why was Johnson Charles dropped from the West Indies T20 international squad? And that first answer is really poking a joke because of what CWI cricket president was said. Under normal circumstances, that would not have even been in it, and it was part of the banter. But surprisingly, 29% of persons believe that was the reason why he was dropped. I I don't know why they should believe that, because the head selector is from St. Lucia. So it couldn't be a case that he's from St. Lucia. I honestly, I never expected anyone at all to vote. But surprisingly, 28% said that that was the reason. But most persons said that it's poor form. And yes, he has been in poor form for quite a while now. And we saw on the tour of the UK, he didn't do so bad when it comes to the number of runs that he scored. But the time that he took to score those runs cannot win T20 international matches. He was very, very slow. So Brandon King will replace him in the playing 11. As expected, Evan Lewis will open with Brandon King. Shea Hope is the captain, and Shea Hope will bat at number 3. Ravman Powell will bat at 4, and Shafane Rutherford at 5. And I'm sure Shafane Rutherford will be looking to get back some form now, because he has not done so well in the last 3 matches in England that he played, and I'm sure that he's looking forward to getting back some form. I think he scored something like about 20 runs in all 3 matches or thereabout. Michael Douglas can tell me, but it wasn't the usual prolific Shafane Rutherford, and hopefully he can find back his form and deliver against this Australia team, because it's redemption time. It's redemption time for that 27. And these players, I call them the strike force. It is West Indies' highest ranked team, and they are going to upset the Australian. I'm telling you, they are going to upset the Australian. Shimron Hetmyer, who played 1 match and made 26 runs, and I think the 26 runs came off something like 8 or 9 deliveries, because there's a running joke, as you know, with Shimron Hetmyer, where he is not batting 10 deliveries. So there's a running joke, and there's always a poll about whether Hetmyer will bat 10 deliveries or fewer than 10 deliveries or more than 10 deliveries. So I think that 26 came off 8 or 9 deliveries, because once again, he never batted 10 deliveries. But it was the 1 match that he played, and I still think that he should be in at number 6. Naturally, Andre Russell is going to play. There's no doubt about it. When we went to the UK and played those T20, Jason Holder, Gudakesh Moti, and Akil Hussain were the only 3 bowlers with an economy after under 10. So those 3 keeps their spot. You cannot leave out those 3 out of it being the best bowler in our last tour. And then Alzarri Joseph will provide the real pace. There's no place for Shafane Rutherford, not Shafane Rutherford, Romario Shepherd. I think in the 3 matches, he went for something like 12.5 per over, and he never did much with the bat. And I don't see him playing in the first or second match at Sabina Park, especially that they are always going to play Russell, because it is final 2 matches and the performance of Jason Holder in the UK. So that's my playing 11 for the first match. And I'm very, very confident that this will be the playing 11 for the first T20 International. I want to come to your comments now very shortly. But again, I asked the president of Cricket West Indies to provide the evidence that we are insular in the Caribbean. Otherwise, you must step down. You must do the honorable thing and step down, right? Because there's no way you should have made that statement. And since you have made it, please provide the evidence. You are in a position where you can unify the Caribbean. And as many persons have been saying to me, even if this is so, Cricket West Indies president shouldn't be promoting it. And that's the big issue persons have with this saying. So good morning, everyone. How are you doing? John P. Nicol, my dear friend. Good to see you, John P. Nicol. You're right off the bat. I want you to seriously consider for a role you played in destroying Casey Carty's career. Were you happy he was dropped for the 3rd test? And are you happy he was dropped for the T20 squad? Carlton, I am never happy or sad when a player is dropped. I have no feelings. I have no emotion. Not me. Not sad. Cricketers are passing through a revolving door. And again, John P. Nicol, maybe I need to have my lawyer write you, because probably you need to provide the evidence Or I get Casey Carter to perform poorly. Or I get Casey Carter to be dropped. You know, I want you to seriously consider the role you played in destroying Carter's career. What is this, Lord? I'm smiling, John P. Nickel, because I have a feeling that you are smiling too, because you considered that post very carefully, and you wanted to make a post to upset me, and you are now smiling that you realize that you never upset me. You're saying, boy, he didn't bite the bait. But seriously, John P. Nickel, my lawyer should write you that those words are inflammatory. I want you to seriously consider the role you played in destroying Carter's career. Were you happy he was dropped for the third test? And are you happy he was dropped for the T20 squad? Wow, inflammatory. And as I said, when a player is dropped, I am not happy. When a player is dropped, I am not sad, because I have no favorite player. I like no player. I support those that are playing. Those that are in the squad, I support, and I support the playing 11, those who are on the field even more. That's always my position. I don't support players. I don't support individuals. I support players. I support the West Indies team as a collective. So no feeling there. So John P. Nicol continued by saying, Carlton, remember what you said before the test squad for the series was named? In case you forgot, you said you would not pick Casey Carter to play test cricket. And I stand by those comments, because after analyzing Carter's performances in his first 7 test matches, and his average was 17.95, why would I pick someone who after seven test matches, averaging 17.95 and was dropped? Why would I pick him? Because my position has always been, and which I've said in the past, when someone is in the embryonic stages of their international career, they must get at least 5 matches. Now, after you play those 5 matches, you have to justify why you should continue to play. So, there are players who after 5 matches will secure their place in the team going forward. On the other hand, there are some players who after 5 matches would have what you call done enough, in quotation mark, for you to give them a little longer run to see what they can really produce. And then there are some players who after 5 matches, they are not cutting it after 10 innings in international cricket, and with an average of 17.95. There's no justification why he should have been picked. Not after 10 innings, 14 innings, sorry. And Patrick Lambert said, JP, will you provide Carlton with a lawyer to defend him? But I believe he's capable to defend himself. Okay. Now, my lawyer is going to write John P. Nicol. If John P. Nicol, if you think I'm not serious, put your email address in the chat. Put your email address in the chat, John P. Nicol, and your home address. Give me your home address, your full right name, your home address, and your email. If you think I'm not serious, John P. Nicol, put it in the chat. Most of you guys can hide behind a keyboard and say what you want to say, but put it in the chat. Put your full correct name in the chat and your email address, and you hear from my lawyer. This country thing will never stop. Tackle print, it may never stop. But would you expect the chairman of CARICOM to say so? Would you expect the president of Cricket West Indies, who is in that unique position, to say that in public? I can understand if he's having a drink in a bar. And so this damn thing, these boys just criticize the man. And you know why them criticize the man? Because him come from St. Lucia, and him, I can understand that if he's at a club or a bar or in the lounge or something and having a drink with his friends or having a meal and he's saying it and somebody were taping him and that release, that would be a different thing. But in an interview, and even the first time when he said it, I was prepared to forgive the first outburst. But the second outburst, Andrew, since you didn't hear what I said first, and this is a Cricket West Indies president talking in the capacity as Cricket West Indies president, the man who is at the head of the sport that it is often said that is a united force, unifying force in the Caribbean. And that man at the head is going to spread divisiveness. So even if there's insularity in the Caribbean, even if there's insularity in the Caribbean, the Cricket West Indies president shouldn't be bringing it out. Shouldn't be bringing it out. Top of the morning to you, Mr. Casanova. I think the banner would put a punch-drunk team under further pressure, said Paul Goodman. Well, it is just my idea, Paul Goodman. If the support is there, we'll do it. If there's no support, it means then that, because I'm a Democrat, I'm a democratic person. I'm a democratic person. If person is saying that, Mr. Brown, you are barking down the wrong tree. But if majority of persons are saying, yes, Mr. Brown, let us do it, then I will do it. We will do it. We'll do it. So it depends on what the mass say, Good morning to you, Atina. Blessed up massive in Cricket TV. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Good to have you here, man. Carton not on the team because of injury, said Carrie P. Thank you. Okay, so that came out in the press. Carter fingers broke and need a few weeks to heal. Rutherford is still struggling with an hamstring injury. Edmeyer scored 35 in 8 balls just last night in the Global Super League. We're talking about international cricket here, and you're bringing up Global Super League. In all honesty, and I wish the Global Super League all the success. And I see a very bright future for the Global Super League. I think that it could turn out into something wonderful. I even envision the IPL buying out the Global Super League. And so I think it's a very good concept. And there's a lot of room for it to grow. And it really, really, really can grow to great heights. And we'll always remember the genesis of it. But right now, right here, it's nothing more than a glorified Corrigoat League. Glad Dre Ross is getting sent off in style in front of his home crowd. That's wonderful, eh? Whether you agree with it or not, it's always a good thing. Athena, thank you very much. Athena is saying, hit that like button. Hit that like button. So agree with Athena. Please hit that like button. Carter didn't get dropped. Carter came in as a cover for King for the Ireland tour at the Cricket Forum. King is back, so Carter naturally goes, said Matt Pryor. Matt Pryor, I think that you should be addressing John P. Nichol. It's John P. Nichol you should be addressing. Good morning, Mr. Brown. I have a feeling that Shepherd going to play. Roddy Clay is not going to play. Garth Williams, yes, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, Garth Williams. Hit that thumbs up button. Who is Shepherd going to play for, though, Roddy Clay? You have a feeling, who is he going to replace? He can't replace Alzari. He can't replace Moti, Hussein, older. And Russell will play because of the circumstances. So who will he replace? He's not going to play. He's not going to play. After West Indies' performance in the Test series, I believe patrons will find it difficult to spend 4,000 Jamaican dollars to go watch West Indies play. Cedar Bryce should reduce the price of the ticket, said Jack Honor. So it's $4,000 for a ticket to go into Sabina Park. That's what? $25. So that's just about $25 to go into Sabina. In fact, it's exactly $25. Just about $25 or thereabout. The $25 for a ticket is reasonable. It's reasonable. I'm just thinking that $4,000. I think they will go. I think they will go because definitely you hear all the while that the Jamaican economy is up and up. I think yesterday morning the news was saying that the unemployment rate or something like that is below 3%, or something about 3% or something. Inflation is stable. So, and so I think they will go. I think they will go. Just think about it. Patrick R. Scott is saying, what is Odin Smith's current form? Couldn't he have made this team? Well, as you heard me, I don't comment on Odin Smith, but last night I think he bowled 1 over for 14 runs. And in the previous match, he bowled 2 overs for 27 runs. And he never made any runs in any of the innings. So, yes. I think they have answered that, Samuel Kane. They have answered that why Cart is. Persons are saying that he's injured, and some are saying that he has been dropped. Others are saying that it was a natural thing for him to come out because he only came in to replace King. So those are the 3 things that are on the table. Athena is saying rum shop talk is different from official talk. I agree with you, Athena. I agree with you. Rum shop talk is definitely different, because, some people who become officials for Cedar Bride do not have the sensitivity and sophistication for the position, said Dane. And I guess he is reacting to the argument from the president of Cricket West Indies, the insularity argument. And you can't blame Dane. I think that's a fair reaction. With an average like less than 18, he should not even be there to carry the water, said Valney Golden. I think he's talking to Casey Carty, John P. Nicol, average less than 18 after 7 match. Someone said Carty's hurt, his finger break. Don't know how true that is. I am going to just, and as you bring up that, let me just scan through. Let me see if I can scan through the West Indies press release and see if I see anything about Darren Sammy finger being break. I see where they said that Andrew and Blades is in, blah, blah, blah about Sabina Park. Nothing. I have not seen anything here about Casey Carty again, about Joel Andrew. I'm just looking for the name. And just scanning through the lines. See Blades again. I'm not seeing anything about Casey Carty up to now. So I do not see anything about Casey Carty in the official release from Cricket West Indies. So, but these things happen and we don't always know. Sometimes persons have inside information. But nonetheless, I don't think that he should have been in the squad. Whether it has been natural for him to be rotated out, whether his finger has been broken. Yes. But Casey Carty. I'm trying to remember Casey Carty in the T20 series. I can't remember now. Most of these guys that play T20 can't play first-class cricket, said Valney Golden. True. Walk on, my friend, Christopher Bristol. Big up, my friend, TV and Cricket Power Play over there in Florida that stream all of those matches. I told you, TV and Cricket Power Play, you need to let us have your contact because you are the man who streams the wedding and the functions and the parties and so on, and especially the cricket and with your mobile studio. So you need to let us have your phone number so that if persons in Florida want to have their things streamed, they can contact you, TV and cricket power play. My good friend over there in Florida, Elton Tucker, big up yourself. West Indies cricket has changed and will take a long time to get back to normal, says Steve Rasu. Good to have you here, Steve Rasu. Good to see you. You have been away for a while. Good to have you back. I heard that ECB and BCCI want to revive CTL 20, so I don't see them buying GSL. CLT 20. Okay. Oh, Champions League T20. What is the CTL again? Champion. There is ILT 20, the International League T20, probably. Yeah. But that was a speculation on my part, Lodrick Beaver, I think it's a ILT 20 you're probably talking about, but I can't see the ECB getting into that because the ECB is selling off their 100 franchises. Well, not really selling them off, but they are selling shares in them, and they have already negotiated a price. Although there are some other intricacies why those transfer of shares have not gone through yet. But with the ECB selling off the 100 franchises, why would they now want to go to the ILT 20? I think you mean ILT 20. Usually sometime when I try to interpret what the person meant, I get myself into trouble. Person will say that's not what I meant. But I think you mean the International League T20, which is the ILT 20. Because I can't, the CLT 20, are you saying that is a Champions League T20? They want to revive it? Okay. Could be. Yeah, you could be right. It could be CLT 20 you're talking about. They want to revive the Champions League T20. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Shepherd plays after Russell retires, said Mr. Casanova. I think so too. $4,000 is a giveaway pay and go see the cricket game, and people don't be like that. Just enjoy the game, said Christopher Bristol. Thank you. Hear from me after the game, said Roddy Clay. Hear from me. Okay. So Roddy Clay said, all right. You will hear from me after the game. I have nothing more to say. Shepherd is going to play. You don't think he's going to play. But Roddy Clay, feels that he's going to play. I know that he's going to play. That's what Roddy Clay is saying. So he say, all right, I end the argument. After the game, I talk to you. Lovely. Good one, Roddy Clay. I love that. I love those sort of things, Who were the bowlers bowling to Etmire last night? Simit, Fabian Allen, those are the two West Indians that were bowling to him. Those are the two I remember. I think Fabian Allen bowled one over that went for 20-something. I don't remember the three other guys. Are you confident that Sammy would pick your level? Very confident. Very, very confident. He uses a different analytic system. He's going to pick this one. He has no choice. The algorithm bot is going to show him this one. Helmet blasted Fabian Allen last night. Helmet. Okay. Okay, Etmire. We're going to he was being Etmire. Sorry. Yes. Etmire blasted Fabian Allen last night. Good. We're going to support the team on Sunday, said Patrick R. Scott, in spite of CWI president comment. Cricket is bigger than him and all of us. Well said, Patrick R. Scott. It is bigger than CWI president and it's bigger than all of us. Brilliant comment. I love that. Carter plays one T20 against Ireland. He made 49 not out. Well, interesting. Yeah, I was trying to remember because I think that he played a good innings. But so it's probably due to the finger why he's out then. Because if you give a man a match and he played 49, you really can't drop him for the next match. So it's probably that's the reason why he's out. I think somebody said that up front. Thanks, Mr. Brown. I always enjoy your analysis, even though I might differ. I always say it, Steve Russell, I do not have an issue with persons different from me. And I don't have an issue with person expressing that difference. What my challenge is when in expressing the difference, they are rude in doing so. There are a number of persons who think that once they are on social media and they are hiding behind their keyboard, they should be rude. And there's no need to be rude and to be disrespectful. We can disagree with each other without being rude. Mark you, we are not perfect, and there are times when we will get hot under the collar and said something that we shouldn't say. And I'm one who's always quick to apologize if I said something that I should not say when I'm hot under the collar. Hi, Mr. Brown. This is Wafi from Bangladesh. How you doing, Wafi, our friend? Last time losing to us, many West Indians blamed the pitch. So I'm curious for the Australian series, what kind of pitch will be made? I was thinking about that same thing this morning, Wafi, because I saw some articles coming out of Australia, and in particular where McDonald, the coach of Australia, and Ricky Ponting, they were talking about the pitches, and they were not, I want to say they were saying that the pitches were not good. But from the comments that they were making, you'd want to believe that they would not give the pitches a very high grade. So that was something that I was thinking about this morning, and I'm looking forward to see the pitches. Yes, so Mr. Casanova and Valney Golden are confirming that Fabian Allen won over Wentford 22. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as I said again, this will be the playing 11 for the match on Sunday. I'm encouraging Jamaicans and the rest of you in the Caribbean who can fly down to the match, do so. Come down to Jamaica and let us watch the match together. And as someone pointed out, the cricket is bigger than all of us. I think it was Patrick Arscott. It is bigger than CWI president, because in the end, CWI president is just passing through a revolving door. And those comments were unfortunate, and he must provide the evidence. And if he doesn't provide the evidence, he must do the honorable thing and step down. We saw someone in Cuba resigning yesterday because of a comment that he made. And I don't quite remember the comment, but it was nowhere as damaging as the comment that Cricket West Indies president made. So he needs to provide the evidence, otherwise he needs to step down. You're playing Etty, lol. Yeah, I'm playing Etty, because Etty have to play, because we have to do a poll on whether he's going to bat 10 balls or more. So we have to do a poll before, and we end that poll just before he starts batting, So, because that's one of the things about the watch along. Well, but I'm going to match, so there'll be no watch along. That is something I have to consider, because I really enjoy these watch along, But it's left to be seen. Samuel Kane said, if West Indies get whitewashed in the T20 series, Sammy needs to retire. As I said, this statement here from Sammy, our goals and strategic plans are aligned to winning the T20 World Cup in 2026. And I am sort of grounded in that statement, Samuel Kane, in that with 1 year out from the World Cup, should we be, I think that we should back the coach. Unless he lose this series 5-0 and then go lose some other series again without winning a match, then probably emergency action has to take place. But with the World Cup less than away, let's back the coach, Samuel Kane. Let's back him. And persons are saying that I criticize Sammy so hard. So why am I still Sammy in? My Sammy in is grounded in that first statement. And as I always pointed out to persons, and all of you can associate with this, all of you, you don't withdraw love and support and encouragement from your child or your partner because you have a disagreement, because you critique them, or maybe because you flog the child, or so on, or you punish the child or reprimand the child. You do not withdraw support, love, and all of that from the child because of that. So it's the same thing. I have the ability to critique Darren Sammy and still support the West Indies head coach. You know, so that's where it is. Yes, saw that Cuba thing. The comment was that many Cubans were pretending to be poor. Also, he said that many Cuban, yes, Patrick Ascott, so thank you. So he was a cabinet minister, right, Patrick Ascott? And he said, as Patrick Ascott is reminded us there, many Cubans are pretending to be poor, and he resigned. For that simple statement, he resigned for saying many Cubans are pretending to be poor. And so I really think that the statement from Cricket West Indies president was far more inflammatory than such a statement. Stephen Russell is saying that CWI president comment was shallow. Every island is small. Why remove Brathwaite and Powell as captain, said 6 out? Well, I have always called for the removal of Craig Brathwaite. I think that it was unfortunate to remove Powell. Because those are the things, and I heard someone ask the question yesterday. I think it was the legend Sheldon Simmet. Was Sammy appointed captain because he's St. Lucian's? And these are the things that will come to the fore when the president makes such comment. Was Sammy appointed coach because he's St. Lucian? Was Powell removed as captain because he's not from St. Lucia? Was Brathwaite asked to resign as captain because he's not from St. Lucia? You know, and many more things like these are going to come out. The president should not have said it, man. He just should not have said it, man. And even if he could say, well, boy, it was a slip of the tongue at the first time. No, he boastfully said to Andrew Mason, and I'm putting it in my word now, just in case you never hear it the first time, because I know you want to send it out and WhatsApp and all of those things, because that's what you do. I'm going to repeat it. Do you want me to repeat it so that I make sure that you hear? And that is what, and he said it. And for a person to issue a statement the previous day calling for togetherness and moving forward in collaboration, it was shocking, you know, it was shocking. Mr. Brown, I always see that fans blame the coach, but what about the players? Yeah, but I always said it, Wafi, you would have heard that the players have responsibility too. The players have responsibility. But the coach is ultimately responsible for improving the team. There's no sport in the world where the players get fired. It's always the coach that gets fired. Because the coach is ultimately responsible for the performance of the team. There must be a serious conversation around the players. And I have been told many times why players don't come on this channel is because I bash them too hard. I have been told by the time, and I'm okay with that. So I personally hold the players responsible. They are responsible, but I hold the coach at a higher level because he's ultimately responsible for the overall performance of the team. Patrick Oscar said he was the Labour minister. Thank you very much. Yes, Wafi, the players need to perform. And so it was stressful. It was stressful, Stephen Russell. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm going on the road now. I have some things to do on the road. It was a pleasure being here with you this morning as I picked my playing 11 for the match on Sunday. And I look forward to seeing you at the match on Sunday. I hope I'll meet up more of you. On Sunday, I met Wesley. Was it Wesley Morgan? And who else? I met some other guys on Sunday. And I hope that come this Sunday, I will able to meet up with Patrick, Oscar, and quite a few more of you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Enjoy your day. And probably sometime we just need to forget West Indies cricket. So now that we have done this show, we could probably forget West Indies cricket for the end of the day. You know, take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Hit that thumbs up button. Be good now.